Welcome to another Everyday Strong Skate Better tutorial. Today we're just going to go over turning, getting comfortable with turning. Okay, now I love teaching how to turn at the beginning because it works two things. One, it improves your control and your confidence in being able to skate, and two, it also works as a stopping mechanism. So if you're afraid of going too quickly, learning how to turn, you can control your speed. Okay, let's jump right into it. When you're turning, called a parallel turn, or I've also heard it be called a hockey turn, you want to have a staggered stance. Okay, so you're going to be about yay here. Now if I'm turning to the left, I want my left foot slightly ahead of my right foot. Okay, when I'm turning, I'm going to lean into that left foot and really lean into it so that I can create a circle. Okay, now it's a little easier to see it than it is to explain it, so here we go. First off, start with whatever speed you feel comfortable, and when you're going to turn, you're going to make a nice wide turn leaning into that front foot. All right, let's try it again. I'm going to show you the opposite direction. So now we're going towards our right, so our right foot is going to be slightly ahead and I turn a nice big circle. Now when I'm learning how to do turning, you want to go for a big circle, so don't be afraid to really take your time learning how to do that big circle, and then you go and hit your stride. Okay, one more time. Let's do it towards the right side. So I'm gonna go for a big old circle, right foot in front, and I'm turning. Okay, now that we have basic turns kind of figured out, let's start putting them into a continuous loop for training purposes. Okay, so you can find a nice open space like this. You can practice anywhere. The idea is just to go in a figure eight, right, in a continuous loop. So I'm gonna start in a diagonal. Right? I'm going to go straight in a diagonal, and when I get to the other side, I'm going to turn another diagonal and turn again. Okay? See, this is how it looks. So we're turning, big old turn, and now I'm going in a diagonal, and now I'm going the other way. So I'm turning with my right foot. So this way, you can practice turning both ways in one continuous loop. And doing this like 2 minutes as a warm-up before you actually start practicing your skating is super beneficial. All right, easy peasy. We're talking about how to use the turn to stop. It's pretty easy. The more aggressive my turn, the more speed it'll take away from me. Okay, so again, this is easier to show it than to explain it. So here you go. So let's say I'm going a little bit too fast, I'm feeling a little insecure, I'm gonna make a big circle and try to sharpen it up. You see how that took all of my energy, all of my speed? Let's try it again. So I'm gonna go from a big circle and I'm gonna try and sharpen it up as much as possible without being too aggressive, because you don't wanna lose your balance, right? Another way to use that for stopping is to make little turns in a straight line. So for example, if I wanna stop, I can do little turns in a straight line and it takes away my speed, right? But again, you need to have control turning both ways. But that's a nice, easy way to kind of wean yourself into stopping, developing more control. Now, if you're a little bit more advanced and you want to see how this kind of transfers into working on transition, let me show you. So working on transition, you can use that same figure eight pattern to work on your control both in banks and in quarter pipes. The same idea and the same fundamentals apply. You just have to get comfortable with the angle of the ramps. Okay, again, easier shown than explained. So here we go. I'm going to start at my diagonal right here. All right, I'm going to go to the other side of the quarter pipe. I'm going to make a big turn, boom, and then I'm going to make a big turn this way, boom, and again, big turn, boom, good, big turn, boom. Okay, if you want to start making it more complicated, make a smaller up and down 180, smaller up and down, boom. But it's just a good way to start practicing those fundamental movements in a comfortable, safe way. Go out there, have fun.